is up, YouTube? Alien Horizon 02 here, back playing some Kirby 64 Crystal Shards, and what we're going to be demonstrating in this video is all of the Crystal Shard locations in this game in order. I have found a lot of other videos on YouTube about this, but not a lot of them were in order, and specifically didn't tell you what power you would need unless they demonstrated themselves. Now, a lot of them, like this one, you won't actually need a power for, but this one, like the bomb, I will put under the quote on the top of the text which specific item, as well as talking about it, you will need or power-up ability to complete and get the crystal for that particular area. Like this one is a mini boss, so you obviously don't need any powers here. This one you're just going to be jumping off, and obviously right up on top with the text I'm going to be labeling which world it is, which level it is, and which number crystal it is. And what I mean by that is in specific order of going through the level which crystal you will encounter. So this would be the second one of level 2, world 1, and this is going to be the third one. So the total number of crystals in the game is 74. There's 22 levels total in this game, and you get 3 for every single level. So if you do a level and you notice you only got 1 or 2, you're probably missing 1 because each level has 3. And you also fight 6 bosses, and you get 2 crystal shards in the cutscenes for a total of 74 crystal shards. And before we get any further, guys, don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content and would like to see more. Also, don't forget to check out our Instagram page we just created for our YouTube channel, and hit the bell to receive notifications. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of this video, and if you'd like to see any more subject matter for Kirby 64 that we haven't covered. Up next for the following week, we are probably going to be posting all of the abilities and power-ups for this game, so that's probably going to be the last thing we're going to be covering unless we have any specific requests. So if you have anything else that you would like to see that we haven't covered for this game, let us know in the comments down below, and we are going to be moving forward. So if you see me using an ability or a power to get the crystal and it doesn't look like I actually need it, or it says none on top, then you probably don't need it. I'm probably using it just to beat the game. So obviously this one right here, you need the electric boulder. And then we're going to be moving on to World 2, Level 2. This is going to be the first crystal location. You're just going to go to this spot. The cement will automatically break when you stand on top of it, so you don't need any specific abilities to get this one. This is going to be crystal number 2 for Level 2, and you're just going to duck down underneath there and grab that real quick. And the third one is going to be in the top left-hand corner when you're riding on top of King Dedede, and you're just going to have to break that wall to get that crystal shard. Alright, now moving on to level 3 of World 2. This one you are going to need the rock ability power-up just to break that real quick, and then you can go right through here and collect the crystal shard for that one, which is going to do it first. The second one right here, when you go down this little path in the tunnel, if you go to the one to the left, it will actually take you to this specific one where you fight a mini-boss and get that. If you don't do that, then you'll just come out in the front version of that. This one right here, you're just going to wait for the lever to fall, and then you're going to swim on up and get that one. And moving on to level 4 for World 2, this is going to be the first crystal shard that you need. So as you notice right there, I have the bomb and the electricity, which is going to be the light bulb power, and we are going to be using that to get the next one. So right here, you need to light that up to see what the specific patterning is, and then you need to match the blocks with that. Also, one thing I would like to mention before we get any further, guys, is if you see a blue star instead of the crystal, that just means that I went back to demonstrate the video and I had already gotten the crystal. If you go back to get it again, it'll just give you a star, which will give you a lot of points towards getting an extra life. But all that means is it is really a crystal shard. I just already beat the level and then went back. This is going to be the end of World 2, the boss versus Pick. Right here, he's going to drop the crystal shard, and we're going to be moving on to World 3, Level 1. So you're just going to fly up here, and then up to the left you'll find the first crystal shard on this level. And then for this one specifically, if you beat this boss and don't have the exploding snowman power, that platform that just dropped for the crystal shard will not drop, and you also need it for right after you face him to beat this platform or break that platform, flying upwards from that block and getting the crystal. Moving on to level 2 of World 3, you're going to beat this boss, and then you're going to use the volcano power to break this platform up here. And if you guys have noticed, if you played this game and you're struggling to figure out why these platforms won't break, only one specific power will break most blocks for the crystal shards. So that's why I'm demonstrating this and the specific power that you need, because you will only be able to use one power to break most blocks. However, there is 1 or 2 that you might be able to use 1 or 2 different types. Alright, this one you're going to be using the Exploding Shuriken. We're going to be dropping down to here, using it against that bush, and it is going to uncover the crystal. And for the next one, you are going to need Rock and Boomerang, not for specifically beating the mini-boss, but for the next part of this. So if you guys have ever wondered what this Stone Friends thing is with the different abilities and stuff, each one of them has their own little unique ability, and you can see for the one that we're going to be using, this can actually climb walls, and so they intentionally wanted you to figure out that this one is used to climb walls to get this last crystal shards. This was probably one of the hardest ones to figure out in my opinion, so you'll have to use that and then use the diagonal button input while pressing A to jump and climb the walls repeatedly. Moving on to level 4, you're not going to need any power-ups for this one. You're just going to have to swim through the water and get them in the specific spots. This one's a little tricky because the current's pushing you to the right, so you kind of have to jump in the right spot to not be pushed too far to the right to not get it. And this one as well, you're just going to be ducking to the bottom to get this, and then we'll be moving on to the final boss for World 3. So obviously right here, just beating him, and then we're going to collect the crystal for that. Acro is the fish names for the boss. Alright, now moving on to World 4, Level 1. This one is kind of annoying, but it's right here in this specific spot. You just have to jump down and get that crystal. Right here, you're going to be jumping down instead of going up from that cutscene right there. And this one is going to be right above this block on the top. And that is going to be all 3 crystals for Level 1, World 4, and we're going to be moving on to Level 2. So right as you fall in this one, there's a crystal right there to the left. Obviously, you're seeing it as a star. That just means that I already got it, like I explained. The second one you're going to be doing on the cart in the mine area, and you're going to be jumping up to get that one. And the third one is a total pain in the butt because this is dynamite, and if you lose, or if you die in this game at all, you lose your power, even if you have a continue spot from where you left off. So you have to have this power and make it all the way to the end of the level to get that crystal. That one's one of the more annoying ones. This one you are going to be using the drill to break this platform, and then you'll jump down and get the first crystal for this level. This one is a specific patterning, so you have to pay attention to what Adeline painted, and then you have to imitate the pattern that he did. There is a couple of these. Obviously, there is the button one where you had to use the light bulb to magnify the light in the background to match them up with this one. There's this block pattern, and then there is also another one where you have to select the color of the fruit that Adeline draws for you. As soon as this little animation is over, once I get done showing what the hat for the blocks looks like, I will show a little bit of an image of all 3 possibilities that you can get from Adeline drawing it, and what you'll have to do with the blocks to get that crystal shard. If you don't do the right pattern, you won't get it. So here's the 3 different possibilities for the patterns, and we are going to be moving on to the 3rd crystal for the last one for Level 3, World 4. So right here, you are just going to jump down right where that star's at, and you'll be getting the final one. Now this is going to be Level 4 of World 4, and obviously right here you're just going to be breaking that. You'll notice that the other ones don't break on the top. That one was a little bit different. You get the crystal shard from that. This one you're going to have to use the curling stone. You'll most likely take damage once you break the block, but that's okay. So just make sure you have more than 1 health. And now we're going to be moving on to the final crystal of World 4, Level 4, which is right there. And this is going to be Magman, obviously getting a crystal from this, which is going to be the 4th boss of the game. Now moving on to World 5. This is going to be the first crystal. You're just going to have to jump up there to get that when you're on the sled. This one you're going to have to use Burn on the top. Obviously it won't drop it until the boss actually is defeated. So once you beat the mini-boss, then you're going to go up and collect that. But if you don't have Burn, then you can't get rid of that ice block to get the crystal. This is going to be the last one for this level, and you're going to be swimming underwater. All the way to this spot, I'm collecting it right there. I tried to figure out if there's anything you can do with glitching the game right here, because there's an open space, but there is nothing. This is going to be the first crystal of Level 2, World 5. You're just going to be spinning to the top left before you spin up to continue with the rest of the level. This is going to be the second one on this level as well. You're just going to be jumping right down there to grab that crystal. Obviously it's a star because I already got it and I went back to demonstrate it. And then this is going to be the final crystal of this level, which you're going to need to use the lightning rod to break that block in the center, and then after you beat the boss, it will reveal itself. This one was pretty close. We almost died on this one. Alright, this is going to be Level 3 of World 5. That's the first crystal location. This is going to be the second one after you beat that mini-boss. And then this is the 3rd one for World 5, Level 3. This one can be super annoying if you don't know the fruits. So obviously right there we have lemon, coconut, and then the next one I believe was the peach. And after this little animation is over, I'm going to show you guys all of the possibilities that you can get for the different colors, because this one was pretty annoying. I actually had to look this up and try and figure it out. So there's all your different colors for those. Those are kind of weird, so if you couldn't guess it by yourself, I'd check that out. This is going to be requiring the drill for level 4 of World 5. This is going to be the first crystal that you collect on this level. Basically, you use the drill to break all of those blocks right there, and then climb the ladder to the right to get that crystal. And this is going to be the second one. You need the lightsaber to be able to break that top cage, and then after you beat the boss, like all of them, bosses that you fight that have a secret crystal power that you need to unlock it, you're going to beat him with the lightsaber. You don't have to use the lightsaber to beat him, but you have to use the lightsaber to break the cage. That will be the only power-up or ability that can break it. This is going to be the final crystal of level 4, World 5. You're just going to go over to the right and hopefully make it back in time to not die. And then this is HRH. So you're going to collect your crystal from the World 5 boss. And now we're going to be moving on to the last world. If you guys made it this far, thanks for checking it out. I appreciate the views, and I hope that this video was helpful. I tried to make it more helpful than the other videos that I saw for all of the crystal locations. This one you're going to be using the Exploding Gordo, which is obviously the needle in the bomb to collect that crystal. And this one you do not need any abilities for. You can just beat the boss and collect the crystal. So this one you are going to need Spark or Electricity, and it's going to push down this block right here, revealing the crystal. And we're going to be moving on to the second crystal of this level, which is going to be in the far left area of the water, underwater. Love the music for this level, super creepy, I loved it. It's one of my favorite soundtracks in the game. So this one you can use the cutter and the boomerang. You can also use the double cutter boomerang for this one. Usually it just matches the color. Since the cutter is green and that hole is green, that's what you will need to get that crystal. And now we're going to be moving on to level 3 of World 6. This is going to be the first crystal that you get, as long with the third crystal. You don't need any special abilities or copy power-ups to get it. But for the second one, you will need the fire and the arrow. And it kind of gives us a clue with the background, because it kind of shows a fire and the needle for that right there. And you're basically just going to be using that to break the hole in the ground and collecting the second crystal. The third one, you will not need any abilities. You'll just need to defeat all of the enemies to get it. So if you guys don't know, if you don't get 100% in this game and don't collect all of the crystal shards, you won't get the face O2. You'll basically just beat Miracle Matter, and then you'll get a lame cutscene where the evil power is still lingering around. But if you do get 100%, you get the face O2 and get the real final cutscene. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video helped.